Happy Tuesday morning to you. Well, yesterday's ELA lesson was a bunch of me talking and you listening and then you not doing much work. Today's going to be the opposite. I'm going to be real quick today and it'll be more of you working today. Got several things I'll have you do. I'll tell you about them in a minute. Let's go ahead and review our vocabulary. We had 6 words this week, so let's look at them today. You are going to have a vocabulary assignment today. Your words are in your book. There is no reason ever not to make a 100 on a vocabulary assignment since you got your book and the answer is right there, right? So use your book today. Make sure you match these words up and get a 100 on it. Gratitude. When you show gratitude, you show you are thankful. I sent my grandparents a card to show my gratitude, thankfulness for a birthday gift. Withered, all those 10 suns in the sky withered up the earth, didn't they? If a plant has withered, it's dried up and died. After 6 weeks without rain, all the bean plants withered. Sometimes in the summer, our yard looks a bit withered, doesn't it, when it gets so hot and dry for a long time? Scorching, something that is scorching is very, very hot. I hopped across the beach because the sand was scorching. It'll burn your feet if it's scorching. Reckless, someone who is reckless does not care how his or her actions affect others. The reckless driver sped through the red light, could have had a wreck, could even killed somebody. Got to be careful. Not reckless. Assumed. If you assume something, you believed it without proof. Maya assumed the library would be open on Sunday. Prosper. If you prosper, you'll succeed and do well. If you try your best and never give up, you will prosper. So here's our words again. Gratitude, withered, scorching, reckless, assumed, and prosper. Is there one of those you don't really get yet? You got them all now? If there's one you don't really get, maybe you can jot it down and try to use it in a few sentences today to help you practice it a little bit. Say, turn the heat down, Mom. It's scorching in here. I'm withering, or something like that. Okay. Well, let's take a look at a reference. I didn't pull that up. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. Reference sources. So we've talked a little bit about reference sources this year, and we've looked at using a dictionary. We've used at using an encyclopedia or an atlas, almanac. We've looked at some of those different reference sources. You can use a reference sources such as print and digital dictionaries. Talk, Mr. Helton. Digital dictionaries to find the meaning, syllable breaks, and pronunciation of an unknown word. You can use print and digital thesauruses to find synonyms of a word. Don't you get any thesaurus out to do your synonym assignment today? I don't care. You can if you want to. A digital or online reference source will often say the word for you. In other words, you can click speak and it'll say it for you. A print reference source uses dots to show syllable breaks and symbols to show pronunciation. So this is a print, not a digital. It's actually digital, but it's a picture of a print one. Gratitude, it shows us where to break the words. Gratitude. Gratitude. And then it tells us how to pronounce it. That gratitude. 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 Withered is 2 syllables. Withered. 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 Reckless is 2 syllables. Reckless. Reckless. Prosper. Prosper, right? Prosper. Okay, so reference sources can help us. If you typed it in a Google search, it would probably say the word for you and say it where it's supposed to be broken up into syllables. Okay, what I need for you to do for me today is read the story to somebody. Read it to your parents or your brother and sister and see what they think about the story 10 Sons. Did you like it? I didn't really. I have to be honest. I thought it was a kind of a very weird story. But that's okay. We all have our own opinions, right? You might think this is a really cool story. I hope you do. It wasn't my favorite story. I like the ones we read last week much better. But this is a story in our book. We've got to read it. We've got to read all kinds of different stories. So we don't always like them, but if we're going to prosper, right, we're going to read it and do our best anyway. So 10 Sons, read it out loud to somebody and see what they think about it. And if they like the story, they might like it. They may think it's a strange story too. But anyway, I want you to read this story. It starts, remember, on page 124 in your reading book. Read it to somebody out loud today. And then for me, you've got three things to do other than read this. If you count reading this story out loud, you got four. So read your story. Then you got a vocabulary practice activity. That'll count as a grade. So make sure you use your book, get those vocabulary words right. You've got your first spelling practice for the week, and you've got another synonyms assignment for me today. So I'll let you get started on those, and I won't keep much of your time talking today. Go get to work on your assignments. I will see you at our meet.